What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Wheeler's Minis and by proxy Mini Paint and Chill. My name is Wheeler. I'm your host for tonight, and we're gonna be painting for a couple hours today. Last stream of the month, so we're probably gonna work on some of the stuff we worked on last Thursday. A few quick things to get out of the way before we get started. If you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing. Don't forget that you can subscribe to one Twitch account for free each month if you have an Amazon Prime account. Appreciate it if that was me. Yeah, I think that's it. Follow me on my socials. We're gonna be here. We had one drop last time, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. I'm gonna go fill this up with water, and then the first thing I'm gonna do is work on getting this stuff off of this cap because it sticks to the models too much. So I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. Literally always do that, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna get this off of here because it's sticking to my models too much, and it is not coming off like normal tack does, which is only slightly annoying. I don't know if it's just because it's been on here for so long that it just doesn't have the ability to stick to itself anymore, but gonna do our best. Don't want that. It's very sticky. Don't get me wrong, it's good for that, but it sticks a little bit too much on the bottle. I know I have. Just have to find it. Massive things. Oh, this stuff. Museum pack. A++. Works super well, and you're able to actually use it to stick to itself and have it work. So this is what will be here. Yeah, see, it got stuck on this guy and I can't get it off. Work on that guy later. I'm gonna work on other things that I haven't had a chance to work on. Which include these two guys. Alright. The issue is I just don't know what colors to do for this guy. I kind of have an idea for this one. Definitely got some leather bits we can work on. Start out with a low brown. And I also got those fluorescent paints in, which I'm super excited about. I worked with them just a little bit the other day, but they are very nice. We're gonna start out with dark brown, work our way up from there. Also, hello. Sorry if I didn't say that yet. Girl, if you want to come in, you have to be quiet. Come on. Come on. You cannot sit up in the chair with me today, though. You're going to have to lay in your little bed that I got you. What? Yeah, she never gets to be on camera because she's a little bit rambunctious. What? You have food. I filled up your food yesterday. You definitely have water. I checked this morning. What do you want? Okay, well, I guess you can. Yeah, she just wants attention. Luckily, she's cute, so she gets it when she wants it. She's also my cat. I've had her for since she was a baby, and she's almost 8 years old now. You get old woman. And I love her dearly. Yeah, yeah. What? I also decided to switch up the music today to play some like little adventure music because I like that vibe a little bit better right now. So yeah, she's my baby. She's lovely. She is very very solitary. She does not like the fact that there are two other cats in the house. She is the oldest sister. 3 girls. Oh, mama. I can't give you pets right now, unfortunately. I'm a little busy. Okay, well, you can always come up. Yeah, you know, I just wanted something that was a little more the vibe of what I was doing. I like beats every once in a while, And I will probably do that still, but you know, I saw Adventure and I was like, you know what? That's what we're doing today. Scabbards, frogs, painting. Bro, what? 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 Now, the one question I did have was, what color am I painting the cloth bits? Because I have no idea for those. Trying to think of a color that goes well with this kind of like pale gold. Because I'm doing like vibrant green on the mushrooms. A dark green maybe? The cloth bits. Trying to figure out what to paint those. Ow. Stop. Stop. Ow. I'll go with that then. I will. Stop. You have such sharp claws because I don't ever cut them because I don't want to cut them. Yeah, I wish I wasn't the cat tree all the time. That would be nice. This color yet? I have not. I have not. That's not what I wanted to do. Stop it. That was a deep, deep green. Well, you can do all of that. You can rub all over my trash, I guess. Yeah, I just think that dark green fits the vibe of this. I was debating it because I was like, there's already going to be green on the model, but meh. I think the dark green goes well. Oh, goodness. Still come back over this and do a wash on ammo cloak or something. What, bro? this is gonna be the last stream for until next Thursday, because the last day fell on a Tuesday. And because I had missed so much last month with all those stream issues, I decided that I was gonna do it today, but to take the 2 weeks off that I normally do, so I can work on some commission stuff and other stuff as well. Next Tuesday, or this Thursday and next Tuesday, I'll be taking off. Just to give me some time to catch up, which I have a lot of because we were supposed to have D&D this weekend and then stuff came up. Last time we played was a couple weeks ago. Next time we're going to be playing, it looks like it's going to be June 2nd. So, decent amount of time in between. It's a little sad, but it happens. Scheduling conflicts arise, people are adults, and we all deal with it the best we can. You bet your ass you're going to. Dude, it's literally sitting 2 feet from me. Just waiting. But hopefully between this week and next week I can start working on the stuff that you gave me. Because I've just been well busy. I want to get Noah's stuff done first because he put in the commission stuff first, so. Excited about it though, because painting character models is something that I don't really get to do all too often whenever I get commissions for them. And the stuff from site that you handed me, I was super excited. Girl, what? What can I do for you? Andani Black. Not, again, really probably ever going to see this part of the model, but just like making sure there's paint everywhere. Oh. Alright, that should be good on that. problem with this guy is this has got so many small little mushroom things. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit him up with speed paint. Give it just kind of a good base color. And I want like a brownish green, but I wish there was a lighter brownish. There's that algae green. I can always try that. Or a Sprite. Oh, Healy Dew? Maybe. Burnt moss. That actually might be what I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Let's see, which one do I want? 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 I've got that speed paint brush. I'll use that. Honestly, get me to use some of these colors I haven't ever used before. So that's nice. I realize you probably didn't understand. But I said it's getting me to use colors that I have not used before, which is really nice. So the plan is to get these with a good base coat of probably this burnt moss, and then come back over with like a greenish brown, and then hit up the tips of the hit up the tips of the mushrooms with the fluorescent green, because I really like the color of it. Hopefully it works out. A little bit of extra detail work, but that's okay. We probably just did this model today. What can I do for you? Huh? Is there something you want? Except those turkey tails, I might do a different, or turkey tail style mushrooms. I might do a different color on those for the caps, just to kind of bring some differentiation color. I'll do like a light brown, maybe even an orange, I don't know. Like a burnt orange. What? What happened? We'll maybe go over the bowl. here, and that's probably darken it quite a bit. This is a good tone for this green. Darkened it up quite a bit. It's the darkest green that I have in Relic. So that's got color. Now we'll put color on. Oh, I want a. This is also gonna be. This is gonna be too high. Gunmetal will be perfect. There we go. Hey, it's important. I don't do it enough. And we're going to the gym tonight because we missed yesterday, so. Let me get a hydrate. Whee! Ah. Darker metal for this one. This is really just gonna be any buckles. I kind of want a darker metal for them. This is probably a belt loop, but I'm going to consider it metal for the purposes of this. And then I do need more of that evil chrome. Gold. Gold. Oh. The rough iron on that. This. but no, works. I think that's leather. I don't think those are metal bits. Yeah, I actually think those are leather, so hold on a second. The brown right here. We'll do that. Oh. Get base coat on pretty much everything except the horns. Do oh, good. Oh yeah. Do Dusty Skull for the horn bits to start. Oh yeah. What? What? Alright, let's see if I missed. I'll learn pretty much everything if I'm not mistaken. Fun stuff. Oh. Oh. Dark tone. This one I'm probably going to use that speed paintbrush again. Hey! honestly, even the normally I do a darker brown tone for leather shading with a wash. Because this is going to be a little bit grimier and grungier, we're going to go dark tone all the way. Best not to get it. Yeah, I think I'm digging this music change. Much more chill. I feel like it fits the vibe better. Dry for a little bit. Something else for a bit. God. Not this other guy. Again, I just don't know the color scheme. Mushrooms are so intriguing. It's impossible to pick what color I want. it up a little bit. Real quick. Ugh. That guy could work on, but I have to figure out what color I want to do for him before I do any of that. Got more of those Sanguine Knights, Sanguine Cavalier, which I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do the steed. I'm thinking maybe like a nightmare. So doing like black and then fire, but I just don't know. Beauty of characters like this is like there's not, it's mostly metal, so it's really just what color metal you want it to be. Problem with mushrooms is they can be so colorful and I just don't know what colors I want them to be. Can't think artistically at times off of exactly what I want. What I do want to do for this guy though is kind of what I did similar to the other one that I painted, which was I did a base coat of like a silver and then went over it with like an evil chrome, but I didn't have that color when I was working on the first one. So I'm gonna do similar. It's gonna look a little different, but hopefully close enough to where it's not too different. So far, I'm really liking this gunmetal.
I sent a picture of you to
Yeah.
Maris, and Maris said they're gonna send that to their BB.
The only thing I might change for this one is I might make the horns on the helmet something different. I'm thinking maybe like an onyx or like an obsidian, or like deep black. It was funny, I got really sad when I had to go through and get rid of some of the paints to make room for more paints, which in turn made me have to go and get more wall racks because I did not have enough room for all of the paints that I had. But I was going through them and there were a couple of metallics that like I really enjoyed working with that I could not find anywhere else really. And I was really bummed to have to lose them. And turns out they were a part of the new set that came out. They just were under different names. And one of those was the rough iron, which was Dwergar metal in the D&D sets. And I love it because it's like a deep brown toned metal, and it just looks really cool. Um, but I had to get rid of the old one because again I needed to make room for the Fanatics line that I got, which I still am loving. I have yet to really have a bad experience with them. I have noticed that the blacks and grays tend to separate, and they do tend to separate pretty intensely. However, um, a few shakes of the bottle with some uh, with the mixing balls inside, which came preloaded, which I love. Turns it right back into usable paint. So like I'm pretty sure this is going to be the line that I'm going to be using uh, for a while until inevitably they come out with a better paint that I like. But for now, I'm good. I also got to get rid of some of my printers. for some newer ones. That's down the line a little bit because we're moving and I don't want to have a bunch of stuff that I have to move extra. Yeah, it's not so much that they separate like on the palette. They're pretty good. They stay pretty pretty wet throughout, you know, the 2 hours that I tend to paint. Some of them do tend to dry out a little bit quicker than others, but honestly, like I'm very impressed with the longevity of them on the palette. They thin very nicely. They flow from the brush very nicely. They've got a nice viscosity to them. And like, as soon as I can, I know that they just came out, so it's probably going to be soon. So I'm going to do a giveaway for the starter sets, because like, they're just, man, are they good. And again, this is just my opinion. Like, I've seen a lot of people who paint minis more professionally than I do. You're like, yeah, they're good. They're all right. They're not like wowing me, but I think that they're great. I think that they match up with a lot of the other companies that make similar paints, and they're cheaper, so they're a more affordable option for people. I think that's the thing, is like, if you want to spend an arm and a leg on good paints, like, you can. That means that you are missing out on spending that money on things that you could use, so. Yeah, that's actually part of the reason we're moving, is because Honey just needed more space for their work, and like, we just didn't, the place that we're at now just doesn't have that for us. And it's been great living here, but once things kind of started picking up on both of our creative endeavors sides, Honey was just like, I need more space, and I was like, okay. I fought against it for a little bit because I just hate moving, but it was obviously getting them to a point of stressing them out, so I was like, we'll move. I'm not gonna keep holding you here because I don't want, and I don't like moving. Yeah, it really does. When you have moved, Honey's moved more than I have, so it is a wonder how they're okay with moving so much. But when you've moved as many times as the both of us have, you'd think moving's just not my favorite thing. One of the biggest reasons that is too is because, fortunately, when you go to the gym as much as I do, you tend to build muscle, and people are like, "Oh, you can do the heavy lifting. Like, you're that person." And I'm just like, "Yeah and no. Like, I just don't like lifting things when I'm not at the gym." So, but we're gonna have to do it. Luckily, we aren't gonna have to do it in like a, you know, weekend like most people have to do. We're moving into our new place a month and a half before our current lease ends, so, you know, we're losing out on some finances because we're gonna have to pay 2 rents for a month. But that just means that we don't have to move in 1 week. We can slowly start moving stuff over, which honestly is one of the biggest things that convinced me that, like, yeah, I will move. was being given the option to not have to move in one weekend. Because golly, is that annoying. Yeah, it's not great. And so far, the people that were going to be moving in the company, they seem pretty great. So here's hoping that relationship continues to grow. I don't know how long we're going to be at the new place for, because we do still plan on buying a house at some point, but probably farther down the line. Yeah, one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do right now with all of the stuff that I'm painting is tomorrow is May, so I've got new minis of the month that are going to be hitting the Discord, but I really want to get through all of the stuff that I've printed. It was a little bit wonky this month because like I had a lot going on and I had a commission that I had to work on and like the stream wasn't working, so a lot of it, there is a big part of it that isn't me. It was just situation. But I want to get back on track to actually painting the stuff that I've printed out, so that way I'm not wasting anything. Because I don't put them out, so that's probably on me. But I've just noticed that not many people are interested in buying unpainted models. So next con I go to, I'll probably just double check and put them out and see if people are interested in them, and if not, then I'll just focus on the painting. If I can paint some of the older stuff that I've got painted out. Especially now that I'm getting more confident with like specific painting styles, like especially painting skin and things like that, like, and painting highlights and all that fun stuff. Because I'm getting more into doing that. Definitely feel like I could paint some of the stuff that I've had sitting around for a while that I've been hesitant to paint because I don't feel like I'm prepared to go into the amount of time it's going to take to paint something like that. But honestly, if I have the time and the creative juices, I might as well use it. Yeah, I just like the reason why I pay for certain things, and that's the other thing, is just like I'm not 100% certain how to market certain things. It's like you're either going to be interested in something or you're not. I'd love you to be, but I also can't force you to buy my stuff. Just trying to figure that stuff out has also been interesting. I definitely sell well when I go to cons with my friends. But can't always go to cons because of other things. So business is crazy. Not even to mention all of the other stuff that's currently going on in the world and in our own country that's just like, man, a lot. Like a lot. So, just doing my best to keep my head above the water and help where I can and do what I can, but man, is it not easy. But at least we have each other. It really is, and man, I gotta say, I would not be if I did not have the partner that I have. I don't know where I'd be without them. But I could probably say for certain that I wouldn't be here. It just feels like the first line of the end of Ferris Bueller is just on repeat over and over again and never really goes on from there. So it's just like life comes at you pretty fast. Life comes at you pretty fast, and it's just been like that for like the past 3 months, which has been great, you know? Man, we're definitely built for that as people. Not to make this an unchill stream talking about the fucking depravity that is life, but you know, sometimes you just gotta. Yeah, yeah. It's great. We're having a swell time. Huh? Okay, you thing. Actually liking how this guy's turning out so far. This guy ready to be tuned again. always fun to me how simple sometimes it can be to make something look just really nice. Sometimes all you need is a good base coat, nice shadow, and then the same base coat as a highlight, and it already gives you really good looking piece. Mind you that literally this is just coat. I haven't even gotten into the hard part of this yet. I'll probably still come back over this with a lighter green. Later down the line. That's really just detail work, honestly, for this guy. And it's getting all the. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, yeah. Oh. Sand's getting all the. Oh, do I already have it down here? Oak brown. I sure do, baby. Getting all like the vines and stuff colored in this brown. Yeah, I agree with you. It is a fun time, and I do enjoy it when I have the mental aptitude for it. Sometimes I just want something to be done, and the detail work just is that tedious step that's in between me and getting something done, and I'm just like, oh, I hate this. But luckily, I have some mental space today. That's what I can call it. And what I'll probably do is come back over some of this with like a brown wash or something, just specifically on like these vine parts. Just to kind of help bring that color out. And make them look like actual vines instead of just weird brown splotches. Fun too, especially when I do have the energy for it, looking at some of the models that I go and I look across and I'm like, I'm never going to paint that because it looks like it's too much work. And then I get to come back to it and actually do it because I have the mental space for it. And that's always a fun time. the other fun thing that I'm excited about is the potential of switching to a better internet service provider. Because golly, maybe out here is not good. Not that it's really good anywhere, but hopefully it'll be better when we move. Ask the person who is gonna. I set up a. That's what. I knew I set up something. They have a service that they provide that the people that we're moving in with, that is, they have a company that they go through that helps you set up your utilities. So I asked if they could bring any recommendations for internet service providers in the area. Hopefully I get some new stuff I can work with. Yep. Takes them 1800 years to get back to you on something that's super simple that shouldn't take them a long time to get back to you on, and constantly changing things, and it's just, it is not fun. Also, for some reason I have a limit. I have a data limit for my Wi-Fi. And for like the amount of internet that they can give me per month, which I think is so strange. It's like, I'm paying for the internet, I should just get the internet. Shouldn't be a limit on that. I think I've gotten most of the vines. If not, we'll see. that had the exact effect that I wanted. Love when that happens. One part me figure out how. So what I'm doing right now, just so I get some words out, is going back over those vines with a bit of dark wood, the speed paint, just to kind of bring some darker color to the vines. And then I'll probably hit them back up afterwards. Back with some of that brown. I just want to hit those areas with a bit more of a brown tone. That way they have a bit more of that earthy shadow. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with it. I don't know if I will finish it tonight or not, but we're at a point now where at least I will finish it at some point. It's definitely gonna look cool though. To say the literal very least. Yeah, the raw iron underneath the steel gave it the exact color I was looking for, which is always really nice. Because I wanted it to look already a little rust stained before I even put rust on it. It is doing just that. He's looking pretty good. Watch just going back over pieces where really see the lines. Give them some color back. Like for the hand, I'm not being too careful with it because I'm going to be going back over it with a little bit of, with a decent bit of color. So I'm just hitting up the places where the light would be catching these vines. So that way they have just a little bit of depth of color. While again, also being able to be recognized as vines. green is guardian green. Need. Damn, that green be looking good. Oh, below that. Below that. Thank you for reminding me. He's looking pretty good. Oh man. Not too much left to do on him besides all of the little mushrooms that I'm gonna do. I think that's been the lovely thing about these paints is like actually using most of them. instead of the very small amount and some that I didn't even use while I had them amount of others. Like actually being able to use the paints that I have is very nice. Inevitably I'm gonna look at this at some point and be like, oh, I fucking hate it. But for now, I am liking the way that it looks. And now comes the fun part.
Baby.
Oh,
I didn't end up going to the store because I didn't want to.
okay.
And I looked into what we have at home that I can make not having, and I can shake making. So would that be okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll start making it.
Love you. Yeah, I wanted to go with this like neon green. For mushrooms. But I think it looks cool. ones I'm probably not going to do that, like I said earlier, are the turkey tail ones around the shoulders. I just don't think the color fits there for those. This is why I might not finish it today. There are a lot of little mushroom caps for me to paint. I just love the way that, like, the reason when I got the fluorescent green, I was just like, oh yeah, that is the color that these mushrooms are gonna be, because it pops so well with the rest of the color scheme. And I'm glad that I talked to you guys and you guys were like, yeah, dark green for the cloak piece, because like it just fits very well in the color scheme. So, we probably won't get this guy done tonight, but he is definitely at a point where he can be done probably at some point this week. And I will post pictures of him because he's going up on the website. that'll give me some time too to come back and sure that missed get some attention. Oh, same thing with the ones on the feet. I'll just have to figure out what color I want to do for those as well. I just don't think that they're not the same style of mushrooms, and colors tend to be matching in style. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. I like the way that he's turned out. So, that's it. It's 5 o'clock. Jeez, time goes by really quickly. Yeah, I'll take pictures of this probably tonight, but who knows. But yeah, it's looking really, really good. I'm really excited for how it looks. All right. Well, that's gonna do it from me. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. A few quick things to get out of the way. If you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, where I'll have last week's stream up soon, most likely. If you like what you see in the painting, I sell most of my stuff at Wheelers or at www.wheelersminis.com. You can find my stuff there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's going to be about a week before I do this again. Next Thursday, most likely, will be the day. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will see you all on Thursday. I'll post pictures of these as soon as I done, I promise. Alright, have a great night. Bye, guys.